Hey historians, this is Mr. Hamrick, and I wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of how to get started and what your first lessons really look like in the Buzz learning management system. So, kind of take a tour with me real quick. This is your first visit into Buzz. What can you expect? So we're going to go ahead and sign in. And what comes up is a whole bunch of information. Now, what I want you to do is basically ignore everything you see on this homepage and you click on your course tile. And the tiles are right here in the center, and you'll have a tile that is titled your course name. So in this case it's World History. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Okay, so this is where you start every day. I had a bunch of students ask, how do I know what to do? How do I know when to stop working? Look in your left-hand column, your to-do list, and you'll have a row of circles. This row is in chronological order. And what's more, see how underneath each circle it says when it was due? Now I've come into this class a little late, so I have two things that are past due. Am I in trouble for that? No. I can still catch up and get full credit on those things. But that lets me know, okay, I'm a little bit behind. You can see there are things that are due today. You can see there are things that are due Monday, Tuesday. But this kind of lets you know how to keep pace. Okay, so now you're ready to get started. You're like, okay, I understand. You're going to go ahead and click on Getting Ready for Adventure. And it pops up. Now if you're past due, it will kind of give you this little warning up here that, hey, this was due last Wednesday. That's okay, that's cool. All right, so here's a pod. I'm going to go ahead and click this little page index to move through it. I'm going to read carefully. I'm going to go through the pages. It's going to tell me exactly how the course works, how to get feedback from the gradebook, which is something you don't want to skip through, how to get my comments on your grades. And when you're done with an activity, you're going to go down here to the bottom and you're going to click Mark this activity complete. Okay. There is one pod. I marked it complete. It's done. So what do I do next? I can come up right here and go to the next circle, or I can use these two arrows to move to the next thing. So let's go ahead and I'll move to the next circle. On the map, ancient civilizations. That's what I see. Okay. So I read about the world. I read about Mesopotamia. I go ahead and read. There's no other pages. So I mark that complete when I'm done reading. And now I'm caught up, and I see that there are a couple things due today. Now, you notice there are 3 things due today. Most of your work comes in 3s, sometimes 4s. You get a text pod, so the broken mirror is a lesson. But some people don't like to read. Some people would rather listen, which is cool. The next pod is a pod audio of that text. It's basically being read aloud to you. And then finally, there's a testing takeaway. And a testing takeaway is the equivalent of a quick check in Connexus. Now, every now and then, there will be a higher level assessment, and this one has one. It's an Open OWL forum, and you can see it's due on Monday. And that's usually how it works. The text, the audio, and the testing takeaway on one day, and if there's a higher level assessment, it'll be the next day. And you see it kind of continues. Eye for an eye. The text, pod audio, the testing takeaways, and there's a higher level assessment the next day. That's how you get started, guys. That's how you get started in this course. So, if there are no questions, comments, or screams of angst, I will see you a little bit down the line.